Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Nice
to meet you.
I grew up in Chicago, so I was kind of wanting to talk to you about the DNC and your
Okay.
overall experience there this summer. Because I had this feeling, like when I was there, that there was this weird, like, dichotomy of the Democrats going really right-wing on some, like, military issues, immigration, and then simultaneously, like, propping up, like, do you know that image of, like, a warplane with the trans flag on it? That's dropping the bombs?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I heard that you got kicked out on the last day.
Yeah.
Right? And
Well, I didn't get fully
what your
kicked out.
hope-
They just made it so that it was impossible to stream. But that's it. It was a very polite.
DNC.
It was a very polite way to kick me out. I still appreciated the time I had there. So you know. But what was the question?
No, just overall your opinions on like the direction the DNC as like a convention.
Yeah, I mean they went super right wing. They had cops, border patrol guards, people like that on stage. Who they didn't allow space inside of that tent also matters. Like Palestinian Americans, even though they're Democratic Party delegates, trans people, just like advocates and activists of many different backgrounds that normally make up a big part of the constituencies of the Democratic Party. Like they were not afforded the same speaking time. And I think they just, I mean, that's the reason why they lost.
I'm the meme of the soldier.
They went into a treacherous territory in right-wing politics, and they knew that they were always going to get dominated in that space. But I guess they didn't think about it clearly. They thought this is a successful method to win over voters, but
where I struggle a little bit with like leftist politics in the States though is that I think Jill Stein is a grifter. I think she is literally a bot for Russia, and I see this really difficult path forward to be anywhere but try to make the Democratic Party better.
I mean, I agree with that for the most part. Yeah, I think that is that's the only way out of this. Other than that, it's just like a complete collapse of the uniparty approach that we have, and then who knows what happens after that. Yeah, nice to meet you.
I'm quite tired.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Hi.
Hi.
Hasan.
Gemma. I've been a fan for ages.
Hell yeah.
Nice to meet you. I had a question. So, looking at the UK specifically, kind of the future of the progressive left. Like, if we're thinking electorally, like, do you think it would be worth trying to push the Labour Party to the left, or do you think now, you know, with Corbyn gone, like, that's kind of never going to happen? Like, do you think we should look at third-party alternatives?
I don't know.
Do you think it's just a very long road?
I don't know. I don't know what like a junior coalition partner can do in terms of like making demands known. If the Labour Party will fail on its own, no matter what. If they continue along with austerity agendas and anti-immigrant sentiment and the like, without addressing any of the material harms that people are experiencing. So in that process, I think it's important to have, like, we don't have third-party options in America in the same way that you guys do. At least you have the Greens, right? And you have even independent parties that can form and maybe even see a lot of success in a short period of time, like Reform, but that's right-wing, so it's a little bit different. There's more space for growth there. But overall, I think maybe there's an opportunity to apply pressure as a smaller party with coalition building. But at least as far as I've seen, I think that Labour is probably more amenable than Macron was, for example, in France. So I think there's more opportunity there. But ultimately, it should still be trying to restore Labour to its former glory, I guess, and not have this right-wing, lighter Tory version of the party that it now is. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It was so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Do you have any particular questions for you?
You don't.
Takes on Hong Kong and China.
Takes on Hong Kong and China. Oof. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. We'll see. Only time will tell what Chinese rulership over Hong Kong looks like. The Chinese governance is very oppressive on social issues. Totally understand why people in Hong Kong would be like, this fucking sucks. But I think the only way to make up for that is by continuing, better land use, continuing to develop, and also, creating a shit ton more housing that alleviates some of the pressure that people are feeling in Hong Kong. Because I feel like housing is a major problem there. So, you know, that's the only thing I can say about it. Other than that, I mean, it makes total sense to not want to be ruled in a way that you know, where you're fearful of political expression that previously you were not worried about.
Yeah.
You know.
Makes sense.
Yeah. You want to take a photo?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much. Have a
No
nice
problem.
evening.
What's going on?
Much for getting
Nice to meet you guys.
European mind into American politics at a young age. It's much appreciated.
Hell yeah! I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's real brain rot over there.
We sat next to your mum. It was just a lovely experience. She had
Oh.
a lot of questions. So
Oh wow.
hope you
Okay.
Get to have a nice night in Cambridge.
Yeah, I will. Hopefully. It's very nice here. It's quaint. I like it. You guys want to take a photo?
Yeah, I've got to rush to a form actually. So. Do you want us to take it? Yeah, cheers.
Hi, nice to meet you.
What's up, man? Nice
I
to
got
meet
a
you.
question that I didn't get to ask.
All right, what's up? Let's hear it. This is a sick jacket. What's going on
So,
here?
Yeezy Gap.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So 2 weeks ago, Slavoj Žižek was at Oxford,
Uh-huh.
and he spoke about similar to what you're talking about with the Western, like nationalist and authoritarian parties
Mm-hmm.
increasingly coming to power. He pointed out that one kind of side effect that comes with this is the political class and the media, but also the public, a rise of shamelessness in society.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he proposed that we need an increased shamefulness in how we operate and conduct and interact with each other.
Like shame others, or does he mean like we have to be shameful?
So everyone, the political class, media, but the public as well, needs an increased sense of shamefulness as a society to continue functioning. What are your
Interesting.
thoughts on that?
I mean, I think Slavo needs to needs to be a little bit exercise a little bit of shame himself, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting theory. It seems patently anti-materialist, so
No, but he's very materialist.
yeah. So I don't know where he's coming from with that, but he said a lot of stuff that I don't fully agree with as of late. So who knows? But I mean, I think his old works they stand for themselves. They're good.
What do you think of like Norman Finkelstein?
I love Norm.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT. Yeah. Norm is, with the exception, I think, like anything outside of his chronicling of Gazan history and the Palestinian struggle and Palestinian oppression, everything outside of that, I often will not pay a lot of attention to, whether it's like social issues or whatever. I mean, he's a boomer. He has a landline still, you know? So I don't think he's like gonna understand trans people. Like, I just don't think that's not my expectation. But he is probably one of the most vindicated men in American academia at this point, because virtually every single thing that he has been championing for many, many years has now become almost commonly held opinions. And yeah, I mean, I think he is he's a fantastic academic. He is a very stubborn man. I really appreciate that. I think I'm a stubborn guy as well, and you know, I hope to have an impact as important as his one day, maybe.
Can I get a picture of you?
Yeah, of course.
Cheers, thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Cheers.
What's going on?
I also had a bit of a question.
All right, let's hear
It
it.
is like 500 years old. Do you think, congrats on your recent CNN appearance, do you, I don't know if it's worthy of congratulations, but it's like, do you ever feel like you have to compromise on your values in terms of how vocally and how brightly sort of you discuss certain topics in order to get the opportunity to speak on more mainstream platforms? Or do you feel like it's more important to stay true to your own values in terms of how you talk about and how you message on particularly more?
I think I always stay true to my values, but I also value the importance of reading the room, and not everything has to be like almost hysterical. You know what I mean? Like I try to moderate my perspective with the full knowledge of the audience that is receiving it. And I think that's a really, I mean, I urge others to do that as well, to put their best foot forward to the best of their ability, and maybe not even get emotional, you know? It's just, you know, I definitely, I wouldn't say I moderate my perspective, but I definitely try to be. Wait, March.
Yeah.
You can film this. We're talking politics.
Oh, I was just showing chat the room.
Yeah, but yeah, I try to moderate my position, never compromising on my values, but I try to moderate it because I'm aware of the audience that I think is receiving. If that makes sense.
Great speech.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Moving to the UK.
No.
We've got 5 more years
If
before.
I get fired, it's on you guys.
Yeah, but also the weather is ass.
different.
The weather's ass. The sun sets at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
What were you doing? Cheers.
All right, no problem. Hi. Nice to meet you.
I've been watching you since 2019.
Oh, hell yeah.
I used to watch you when I was waiting at the hospital. So it was really helpful listening to you, and that you've been a voice for left-leaning politics, especially because everything seems really right-leaning. But although when I do watch your streams on YouTube, I do get recommendations for Ben Shapiro, so that's really lovely.
Yeah. The right wing floods the market with a lot of junk. So it's hard to overcome that, and I think YouTube, whether they're aware of it or not, I don't know, but they definitely do facilitate this this unlimited, unrestricted amount of right wing content on the platform. Yeah.
That's why I kind of it's like a buffer zone when you watch their videos, so it's actually bearable.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. Yeah, because I do routinely criticize Ben Shapiro and the like, so that's probably the other reason why the algorithm picks it up. You want to take a photo? All right, let's do it.
Surely signing up for that.
Okay, got a few. Thank you.
Okay.
Really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
I
You
have
can just
one
ask him that.
question.
What's up?
How optimistic are you that the Democratic Party will embrace left-leaning, real
I think
left-leaning?
if I know anything about Hasan, he would like
economic policy
everybody to
platform
at least
going
get a
forward after the
chance
current
to get a picture or something.
I don't
feel like there's hope.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not optimistic. I think that's never going to happen
does
unless
everybody?
there's like
Yeah, I
genuine
think-
pressure.
Do the whole line.
Genuine pressure from the likes of the UAW, for example. Like the Democratic Party relies on certain institutions like unions still to drive turnout. Uses that as a network to get people to go out and vote. And if left to their own devices, they'll just keep losing. They're perfectly fine being graceful losers and
do the
fundraising
whole
off
line,
of like
What the line of people.
the horrifying things that the Republican Party does. So I think that
Guys, I
there
know-
needs to be
I
a
know
more
my
solid
mind's
network, a mechanism of pressure that will force the Democratic Party to concede. Yeah. Yeah, of course.
The voices. Or can we see the roof? Okay, just really quickly.
Awesome, thank you.
Nice to meet you. What's up?
Hi, thank you for the talk. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you for watching.
So one question I have is, well, I feel like most of arguments about Palestine, especially not only about the current conflict but the sort of broader situation, focus on things like colonialism or comparisons to white supremacy. And I personally come from Poland, where I feel like these topics aren't really taken very seriously. I mean, like the most sort of connection with imperialism might be old communist propaganda or stuff like that. So how do you think the arguments could be adapted to work better in such environments?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I guess maybe you could point to the Nazis. That's one aspect that you could point back to. I don't really know how Poland sees Israel. Like I don't know what the dynamic is there at all. But yeah, I rarely use academic language describing the atrocities that are unfolding in Gaza. I don't think there is a reason to talk about like imperialism of that sort. I mean, I do consider Israel to be a settler colonial entity, which it is, but overall, I think it's a much simpler argument that you can present where you're like, these guys are just killing a shit ton of Palestinians, and they're doing it with the full unconditional support of the West. And in countries like mine, for example, the simplest argument that I see have a tremendous amount of success is your roads are fucked. We have potholes. our internet sucks. Nothing is good. Housing is impossible to obtain. And we have natural disasters. And then our congresspersons are giving $18 billion to Israel so they can, continue baby murder. And it's like, that's ridiculous. Most Americans, regardless of their background, look at that and go, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. So I think that's something that you can present as an argument as well, which is that, like, why are they doing that? Like, why? This is like untenable. It's destabilizing and it's unfair and unjust. So I think that's probably a better way to communicate that than talking about like imperialism or white supremacy. Especially because like Israel is, there is white supremacy there, but whiteness in that regard is something totally different than like the black-white dynamic in America. Because most Israeli Jews are Mizrahi and Sephardi, and those guys don't look any different than the non-Jewish Arabs that live in the region. They look the same. So it's not exactly whiteness in general. Even the likes of Itamar Ben-Gvir. He's Iraqi. He's from Iraq. He looks like an Arab uncle because he is Arab. He's Arab and Kurdish. So it's too complex for people to understand, because then you'd have to describe whiteness as like proximity to power and all this stuff. So you don't need to engage with it in that regard. I hope that was helpful. I don't know.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right,
if
no
you're
problem.
Curious, Polish Socialist Party.
Oh, okay. How many people does the PPS have? Is it? I don't know enough about Polish politics.
Currently, we are in the government, though a small part. But we are coming back. Don't worry.
Okay. All right.
Can you take a photo? Thanks.
All right. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
What's up?
I am Riyaz. I am from India, and
Nice to meet you.
I have a question like you too. I have a question that right now that right wing is at par, and across the globe that right wing is comparatively ruling the major of the countries. So how you see that, as you are a left wing oriented people, so how you can comparatively defend the right of the left wing people or the minority on that thing? Because in my country it's also happening in India right now.
Yeah.
Right wing ruling in India, and the religious minority like Muslims are persecuted out there and become political prisoner, and we are not have a right to speak freely, right? Something like that. So how you suggest to?
It's tough. You just got to keep organizing no matter what, and have a network that you can rely on when the time comes. Because there's like not really much you can do if we're going full tilt fascism. Then the only people you can rely on are your neighbors in that regard, and have a network of organizations that you can go back to engage in some semblance of community defense. So that's what it is. Outside of that, you just keep trying to utilize the available legal avenues that exist to continue advocacy and to continue fighting for human rights in the process. Yeah.
Do you not think it's like a push accent?
No, it's the
That's crazy.
Nice to meet you. Hi.
I'm a really big fan.
Oh, nice to meet you.
I don't have anything in particular to say.
Okay. It's all good. You want to take a photo?
Yes, please.
All right, let's do it. What's going on? Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
My name is Tia. I don't know why it says.
I thought you handled yourself very well.
Yeah, there were so many questions that were quite attacking.
They said that I had more contentious questions than even Ben Shapiro did.
Really?
Yeah.
To be fair, there was a big protest when he came. So
Yeah.
You're slightly less controversial than Ben Shapiro, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen one. To be fair, when Jeremy Vine came, my best friend ended up arguing with him across the thing. But you know, happens.
Were you going to meet up with Jeremy Corbyn? What happened?
So yeah, his team reached out, but unfortunately he has like some prior obligations until Saturday, so it's not going to happen this time around. But every single time I come to England, I'm like this much closer, and inevitably it'll happen. Yeah. A lot of people don't know him. I wonder if people interpret it differently now that in like the post-October 7 world, because like a lot of people falsely smeared him as an anti-Semite, and I think there's a lot of like that narrative continued, and I think people just like never gave it an afterthought. They just kind of went along with it without really questioning it, and I wonder if people's analysis of that has changed at all. But I don't know. I don't know how like big the pro-Palestine movement is in England. I feel like I've seen a lot of.
It's definitely big here.
Yeah, it's definitely big. There's been protests everywhere.
Yeah.
Since.
Yeah, like tens of thousands of people and stuff. So.
And I think a lot of people draw a line.
I mean,
he was
Corbyn
voted
is
as an independent.
Corbyn is one of like the most loved politicians in the UK,
I think.
whilst being one of the most hated politicians.
Yeah.
Like
Always the way though.
yeah,
Feel highly loved.
but like I think most people who actually properly understand who he is like him. Obviously, the media here is just like the media.
Oh, it's worse. I think British media is worse than American media. Yes, I think American media is stupider. Like American media is dumber. They're more like invested in like silly conspiracy theories and stuff. British media is vicious. Yeah, they're pretty scathing and they're pretty vicious. Like, I mean, even fucking Piers Morgan. I go on a show all the time. Like, but he's like, didn't he do the paparazzi thing? Like, he like leaked people's. Like, that's vicious. That's like really.
I don't know how he's.
I don't either.
I don't know how patience.
It's hard. That's why I do it sparingly. I don't do it all the time.
Yeah, I would run out of patience very quickly.
Yeah. All right, you want to take a photo?
Yeah. Would one of you mind use your phone?
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, love to meet you.
What's up, man?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Oliver. Been a fan for a while. I'm a bit nervous in front of 30,000 people. So
Don't worry.
But
I can look away.
But yeah, I enjoyed the talk. Nice to meet you.
You are taller than me. Is that what you're looking at? Yeah.
You
are.
Maybe just to get a screenshot from the camera.
Do you ball?
A little. I started like this term. I'm not great.
Oh, you just. That's a waste of height, man. You got to start balling.
Well, I have it on and off.
Okay. All right. Nice to meet you as well. Yeah, of course.
I'm taller than both of them.
Right. Nice to meet you. Hi.
I'm Ida, and I'm really sorry to bring up something a little bit old, but I have this favorite thing that you said was a couple years ago, I think. You said that One Piece is Marxist and Luffy's a terrorist.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's true. Still true.
Yeah, absolutely. That was actually what got me interested in what you do, and also what got me interested in watching One Piece. So
Oh, hell yeah.
actually did a really good job for me as well.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
So my question is, what do you think the role is of popular media in conveying politics and political ideals in the current day?
I mean, I think media always plays catch up with whatever is going on in the real world, right? So I don't place a lot of emphasis on like the power that it has to change. I wouldn't say change people's minds because that's kind of what I try to do to the best of my ability. But overall, even from my own personal experience, like when I have seen the most impact is when there are people like Bernie Sanders out there that are communicating these ideas from the largest podium available. And only then do people actually start recognizing the importance of movements such as like leftist politics. So overall, I think political media is important, but it's always going to be downstream to material realities and the things that people experience. No problem.
Would it be okay if we take a photo together?
Yeah. He's already snapping while we were talking.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem. What's going on?
I don't really have a question. I've just been a big fan. I watched you more when I was like 15, 16.
Hell yeah.
And you got me interested in politics and I study politics.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sorry for that.
Yeah.
You want to take a photo?
Yeah. Can I use my phone? I must get bored of this.
No, not at all.
Surely.
This is great. I get to meet people.
Thank you so much.
What's going on, man?
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
And I think you're doing an incredible job. And I think that you do a very important job, especially because I think the media nowadays is shifting a lot towards the far right.
Yeah.
And I think you should keep on going. And I think you're very, very funny. And
thank you.
My question to you is because I'm trying to take advantage of this attention economy that we live in.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is like an advice that you could give me how to take advantage and how to maybe like build a personal brand?
Be yourself and also find things that are not immediately political that you're interested in and show that you're a multifaceted person.
Okay.
Because I think that politics in and of itself will bring you a lot of attention, both negative and positive. But overall, it's kind of boring and dull. But if you want to reach a broader audience, you always have to show that you're a normal person with real hobbies and things like that. And that's what I try to do, at least.
Okay,
and that's what I've seen success in.
Thank you very much. And also, how's the body transformation had an impact on your on your overall streaming and your life?
Pretty good. I mean, it creates a lot of mental fortitude. I think, like, I'm more confident. I'm happier, so I can withstand a sea of attacks and smears and whatnot without really, without really thinking about it at all. And it keeps me stable. Like, it keeps me grounded. So it's been great.
All right. Thank you very much.
No problem. You want a photo?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good.
Okay.
Better if you're looking around the room and exploring. That was fun.
What's going on?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It was so good, so thoughtful. I love that you also had the Jeb Bush moment where you was sort of like, please clap.
Oh yeah.
The Oxford.
Well, I mean, I was more so memeing.
Yeah. Don't do the same in the Oxford. I think you're speaking tomorrow there as well, right?
Yeah, I'm speaking to Oxford tomorrow. I'm gonna be like, yeah, Cambridge sucks.
Did you see your Spotify rap? What's your top artist?
I don't have a Spotify rap. I don't use Spotify.
You don't use it?
I don't listen to music at all, which is weird. I know everyone always says I'm so weird for it, but yeah, I don't really listen to any music.
Music, can I have a picture?
Yeah, of course.
Thanks. Just love to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
What's going on? Nice to meet you, my man.
I have nothing of substance to say to you.
It's all good.
I'm really sorry. I wish I had something.
No, you don't have to.
I wish I had something interesting to say. So
yeah, let's do it.
Let's do the photo.
No, that's cool too.
But your phone's really bad. I'm sorry. Nice to meet you. I'm Casey.
Hi, Casey. Nice to meet you.
I don't really have any questions either, except how are you finding Cambridge? Have you ever been?
It's beautiful. I've never been.
Yeah, it's
I like it. I like it more than I like London. I think it's very nice. Why are you making faces over there, Mark? I like
beautiful.
it. It's pleasant.
You need to go to Jack's. I think that's my.
Is that the pub?
No, it's the ice cream store.
Oh, okay. All right, maybe.
Yeah, I would say that's the best place.
It's the best place.
Okay, I believe you. Let's do it. Which side? This side?
I don't know.
POV, you're a fly that just landed on this glass.
Thank you so much.